Hi, this is Lom. I've got a request from Accuracy to try and look for mistakes in this game. For the sake of prettiness. Let's turn on world borders. Oh wow, interesting build order. Okay, that's good. I thought he will actually reclaim with the first one. So I don't know who is Accuracy here, but I heard a little bit about Koisq. He used to play with Ajax in one team in 2v2s, as far as I remember. So maybe he learned something from him. So he will not stall, and same for Accuracy. Well, this stall is not very important. Still annoying, he could move one of his engineers here earlier. But it depends on his plan. I guess it's fine. Protecting your engineers is good, but on this map, setting up protection so early is not a great idea. There are only two paths on this map where you can get attacked from, and many players just set one scout on each path and they just see if anything coming. Alternatively, you can actually build some aggressive units and you can just send them right here, and you have very high possibility of catching enemy raids that go in towards your engineer. Well, against UEF it can be a little bit tricky if your Mantis catches a striker, because 1v1 you will lose and then you will have to bring another Mantis to protect your engineer. So one factory was built here. Right now I would say that not many engineers are building at all, but I guess it does look okay. So you have two Mantis, two scouts, and they are not really doing anything. Well, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Well, it's similar for your opponent. So seems like you're going for the middle. Yeah, actually very similar build orders. I'm surprised. Only one factory on top. I will try to not discuss build orders too much. Interesting. So very quick go for middle with this artillery. And this scout is very important here, but it would be really great if you had air scout right around this area, and another air scout right around this area. Land scout does work well, but here you may lose your engineer, of course. Just having just making air in time and making interceptors is often not enough to protect from bombers. You have to have some vision when bomber is coming, so you can prepare, you can dodge with engineer if needed, or you can react and you can react with your interceptors. So that's a very big advantage for Koisku already. Um, Killing 2 engineers, and there are no engineers coming right now. So let's see, and you actually have no power, because that's pretty bad, because in this situation, if you see like closest engineer is right inside of your main base, well, you queued up them, but in this situation I would rush a transport and try to get this expansion like this. On this map, transport is very useful anyway, so looks like no micro here, and bomber even kills a mass extractor. Well, it's kind of fine, but having just a little bit better with your air scouts would be better. So where's the striker? Well, it did kill your mantis, but it didn't go further to raid you, so you got lucky here. In the middle, it's always dangerous to go for the middle, because often people just go all in, T1 spam through the middle, and if you see someone like Patrick Bones gives it advice to build a PD here. But I would say also good to have a raider there, of course. So you can actually, instead of trying to kill gateway, you can start shooting enemy ACU that's standing waiting for the gateway. So right now Koisku is actually ecoing, while you seems to be ecoing, getting T2 and actually making a lot of units. So let's see unit count. 20 mantis and 7 artillery against, well, double the tank count, and you decide to attack, so that's pretty good for you. By the way, well, at least you reclaim this T2 flag thingy, but those buildings do worth a little bit. But well, that's fine. I mean, I'm not even talking about these stones, those stones. Stones are everywhere. Stones are here, and stones, well, here you reclaim them, but here is also a lot of stones. It's also pretty cool from exactly this factory. Just like you do this, you can send one engineer right here, and you can get all of those stones here on this side. So right now Koisku have like 4 mass extractor advantage over you, and 4 mass extractor is not a small number. What about T2 land timing? Your T2 land is earlier, but not by a lot, and you didn't raid anything. Like, you killed some units here somewhere, but your units are not moving forward. I understand that because you don't know what's there, but it's always good to know. I guess you can still play by your game sense. Like, you are ecoing, and you know that you may not have a lot of units, but your opponent may eco even more, and that can mean that you're missing opportunity. You really need to try and send your scouts somewhere. Well, this is already suspicious when you have this raider. You can see that there is no army there. Well, right now, no power. When you rush T2 power, you really need to not assist their factory. Interesting, actually, hoplites. I'm a little bit surprised. I guess you're doing mix of hoplites and rhinos, right? Okay, I don't know. I feel like your power stalling pretty hard. Well, Oh, that's why you also making an upgrade. In this situation, you are not under attack, and that would be best choice to pause and upgrade. Remove assist because, well, Air Factory gets a bonus from pigeons, what engineers don't. And turn off Raider maybe. Well, right now for those Mantis, it's too late to attack, and now PD is almost up. So what about T2 max count? After you both got similar amount of mass from the middle, you have 2 T2 mass extractor while your opponent has 6. 3 times as much. I'm not surprised uh, that there might be trouble for you. Oh, you're using I don't know, maybe it's because of hotkeys or whatever, but you didn't notice this. It's actually annoying, something that we could possibly fix. If you're click building on the same building that already there, it will just give repair order. Wonder if that is possible. So it's still T1 for both players. You got T2, well, almost. Okay, you decide to pause. Right now it's best time to unpause and even assist. I understand that you're maybe not tracking well, but this is actually might be too much. I don't know what your plan is, but getting another T2 pigeon right now is not good. This 400 mass you'd rather spend to finish up this all of your T2 maxes right now. But if you keep building this, you might even stall right now. And yeah, no radar. Air scouts are insanely great for radar purposes if you don't have anything else for the moment. And well, let's look at the reclaim count. 5,000 and 5,000. I guess it's fine. Yeah, there is some guy actually said that there is a rule of war, or I don't know, not actually said, but suggested maybe that there is a rule of war to attack only when you have 3 times as much forces. If you have 3 times as much, you can attack, and you can see your opponent had more and he decided to attack, and well, both of you had a lot of units, so they were in 3 rows or even more. It's not efficient for them to fight that way, so you had a similar amount of losses here, but maybe still slightly better for Koisku. So T2 on the field for both players, pillars against hoplites. Hoplites are theoretically superior to all other units because they can just micro shoot from the far. They can even outrange most gun ACUs except for Aeon. So you have you have T2, PD and TMD is fine. Well, except that you don't really need PD right now. But that's fine, making one PD is always cool. You can actually, I mean, I can see that this player is making TMD before upgrading his maxes, but making TML in the middle is almost always worth it because you can like see the whole map, and it's really cool if you can actually hold the middle. If someone like Bloodier would play this game, he would already start resource allocation because of amount of power you get here. Like, yeah, that's 3 pigeons, almost only minimal eco. That's almost like Citan's build for resource allocation. I mean, just want to say that you've built too much power. But, well, your opponent did similar, but he also made a shield. He has sufficient radar coverage. Yeah, actually with this you can get to Raider with having so much power. You also need to remember to reclaim not only on your spawn point but also on your second side, and especially here, yeah, you did reclaim on this side. Both of you just trying to hold your position but not trying to get just a little bit more than half our map. Well, that would be a nice reclaim boost. So you can see Koisky has score advantage. Slowly but surely he's getting the score advantage. Wow, it's pretty bad there. I've seen couple hoplites died from like one shot of all pillars. Pillars are pretty good units. They cost similar to hoplites as far as I know. Yeah, but they are also pretty fast. I don't have mods that shows speed. Oh, I have. Wow, speed 3.6 for hoplite, and for for pillar it's 3.0. But I mean, really 3.0? I thought it's a lot more. Maybe they got a nerf. Well, at least it's faster than Rhino. Great decision by Koisky, mixing in some MMLs. It's extremely annoying. This one actually got 2 kills. MMLs against fire bases are not exactly very efficient, but if you would launch a TML, MML would be annoying for your TMD, so you may still let enemies missile through. So let's check out army value. 43 pillars against 24 hoplites. So right now it's Koisky who has double as much army, and those are pillars. They have a lot of HP and it takes a lot of time to kill. I mean, same mass, it's 1500 and 600. It's actually pretty cool on this map to build T2PDs in all 3 spots, so why is it okay, never mind, I didn't understand what the hell it was shooting there. There are only 2 places where you need to micro, but still it's when pillar numbers will get bigger, it will be hard to micro. AoE on hoplites helps a lot. Okay, Corsairs. That's really good to mix Corsairs and TML, because one Corsair might just kill TMD from one pass, and you can launch. Oh, those are not T2 yet. Never mind. Well, similar situation here, but ACU may move down a little bit, build TMD, and prevent your missile coming in. So T1 PD versus Hoplites. Oh, this one is T2. Probably will survive. Come on. Oh, it's close. One shot. This one might get it. No, he actually gives an order to it to retreat. Oh, he will get it. Yep. Usually losing maxes on your side is not so bad because, I mean, all mass is still there and bonus mass for enemy donating his units. Well, Hoplites, Medusas and T1 PD is great way of defending, but that was almost too late here, and opponent has artillery and MML mixed in. Having your own MML from here would be insanely good, especially given that they're Cybran, they're better. Wow, your opponent already has Percivals. Much faster than you. There's almost nothing that prevents him to drop them on low ground, but maybe he just wants to fight. At least you have eco advantage, and maybe if you win this fight somehow you can get some reclaim, but actually Koisky already has engineers here, so he may try to get reclaim. Getting Corsairs and not using them is only good strategy for a snipe. Well, it's hard to argue what's actually you're supposed to do with Corsairs, but at least you could have used them to defend here. Not sure. This army is extremely vulnerable to Corsairs. Like, set to Corsairs to kill Flak and the rest Corsairs to shift G around, and you will just kill everything here. Well, actually you will not kill everything, but you will deal severe damage. Percival actually about to die from Hoplites. You mismicroed there a little bit with Hoplites and decided to send your Mantis in, and it wasn't very good. Pillars kill Mantis very well. Okay, so I really hope that you use Shift G here to kill everything. Come on. Really? No. Oh my. Second pass was for so long that the shield even managed to blink up again. That's a fail. This Percival. Oh my god, it's so close to the third veterancy, but I don't think it will get it because range is similar for Hoplites, and it's going first and should be factory, and another person will shoot factory. Wow. Well, Corsairs also leave 300 wrecks, by the way. One more shot. And oh my god, it died. I mean, it would get like 3000 HP buff if you would get another veterancy, I think. Okay, so only one flag left here. You are going to use your Corsairs, but you don't have air advantage, and your opponent does have engineers in area to build static AA. And well, he doesn't even need it, he does have great air advantage. Eco numbers are similar, but your opponent had Tech 3 land for longer. Oh, that might be deadly. No. He's retreating with his air. But actually he will have to come back, maybe. I don't know. Oh, what? Yeah, maybe you could use a little bit more stealth fields. Against Persis, it would help a lot. Those hoplites worked extremely well, and only because they were in a choke point. In other situations, those tanks could go left and right and split and whatever, but here it's you just need to move forward and backwards, so it's easier. In other situations it can actually be harder. Torpedo bombers, yeah, misclick. What's really cool against T2 armies like this CEF army is Trebuchet. If you set Trebuchet here, one shot would deal so much damage to this army that it will just retreat because of a lack of morality to fight against this artillery. If you build those torpedo bombers, you can actually just go ahead, Ctrl K them and reclaim. Since scouts got buffed, it's no longer worth it to scout with torpedo bombers. Yeah, those bricks are kind of in the middle of nowhere here. It's good tactic here to go and try and kill stuff. I can't believe Koisq doesn't have a radar or whatever. Why is not shooting? Maybe shooting ground or something. By the way, does he have RAS? Yes, he does have RAS in Tech 3 mass extractors. RAS usually opens up a possibility for Tech 3 air. By the way, you were telling me something about T2 raids, but this game had almost no raids. You did a very good job defending with your hoplites against a superior force, but unfortunately, while you were defending with inferior force, you didn't get superior force of economy. You just had a disadvantage all time. By the way, this factory, you don't have to be so greedy. Well, yeah, right now you moved it, but you could actually put it here and it would reclaim some of it at least, or put some factory with your ECU if it wasn't for this stall, of course. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Oh, this is insanely good for AoE weapons. Well, hoplites do have AoE, but of course Trebuchet is much better. While you are still building 32 power, your opponent has 6k power. It is already significant eco difference. Be mainly because he no longer have to build power. Well, actually he is about to spend a lot of his mass on Omni. It won't help him against stealth, but at least regular raiders will be always good. I actually don't approve that. I think it would be even cheaper to just send T1 scouts. Maybe. How many T1 scouts is 2k 2.4k 40? No, I don't know, I don't want to count. Yep, stealth bricks. That's something that Cybran has. Insane, yep. And you have Omni, but you anyway need to make some T1 factories, spamming scouts along the way of enemy attacks. And looks like you will get this reclaim and it may help you. But wonder what are you focusing on right now? Just building bricks. As armies get bigger and bigger, mixing in artillery is very good. Just like he was mixing up MMLs there, they did a great job. And even if they weren't even like super effective, but they were annoying, because if you don't micro, you lose units. Right now, Koisky is making typical mistake of having Air 1, but still making ton of ASF. But at least he's now making scouts. I guess having some ASF doesn't hurt. I just don't know if he's going to continue like this. This group doesn't have stealth here. This group has so many forces. Like, there is a mod that lets you know how much mass is inside of selected units, and the difference here would be great. I mean, it's cool, he is using siege weapons to siege your position to force you back, but there is almost no units compared to this huge force of 2 Percivals and huge amount of pillars. Those Corsairs don't even have anywhere to retreat to. I mean, it's cool you showed them you are using them, but they don't have any way to retreat, because you don't have SAMs or flags. He can easily follow you. Maybe he will not realize that he can, and instead he will just patrol around. Well, this Ati wasn't very accurate for first 2 shots, but you can see what they can do. Imagine Cybran Ati that has even more AoE shooting around here. Making an experimental would be interesting choice right now, but at this point Koisky has too much Tech 3 land. And by the way, not anyone maybe noticed, but FAF has this new feature that's up already for a very long time. You can just attack move your artillery and it will actually behave very well. As you can see, artillery moved by itself just a little bit and then started shooting by itself. It doesn't go close. You can just attack move and it will behave as it should behave. This huge brick army in the middle is your only hope, and having some flak or actually not or, flak and stealth would be ideal. There are really a lot of bricks here right now, and with this amount of bricks it would actually be, they might suffer against artillery, and Koisky actually making artillery now. Still no RAS, so each time you need more power you need to build another generator. This is insanely bad. I mean, even if they overkill, shots will continue flying in and hit second brick. Sending your Mantis in this situation actually worth it, because Percivals will waste shots on them. So don't understand why there are no Tech 3 gunships from Koisky. I would actually put all my build power on Tech 3 gunships. And this is pretty dangerous for Koisky here. I mean, he might be forced into position where he have to build PDs in his base, while you can just turn your bricks other way and wipe out all his expansions. Oh, you're moving too close maybe? Oh wow, and stealth died. Oh my god, that's unlucky. You have another stealth, but you will not have more bricks. So yeah, ASF's kicking in, and that might trigger Koisky that he actually have air control, and maybe he will start making units. After losing 3 mass extractors there, Koisky still have eco advantage. Well, of course he can regain control over this area and maybe even get reclaim. And by this moment of game, your accuracy actually should be all in, try to kill Koisky, because he has Tech 3 air for so long and you don't. He's just not using it. I mean, right now he's finally making Tech 3 bombers, but he has very low assists there. Well, he's only stalling because he has huge Percival production and Omni and 2 shields. Interesting that he decided to pull all his army back, and he still managed to miscontrol it, or maybe, I mean, basically it was too late to pull it back, so he actually loses even more of his economy. Bricks are again kind of exposed there, and they don't have radar. And fight does happen on enemy territory. Yep, AoE of UAV bomber. All this mess. Yeah, I mean, he's already sending engineers. Fat Boy, well, Fat Boy is... I don't know about this choice of Fat Boy, because... I don't know. I guess it's fine. Anything is fine at this point. Let's look at the army numbers. 31 brick against 24 Persis and 45 pillars and 4 artillery and 1 strategic bomber. And you don't have, you have RAS, okay, but this will hurt. Even just 1 bomb. Oh no. Did he really notice this? Wow. What what he's going for then? Power storage? Tech 3 air? What? What's he doing? Wow, there are no SAMs. Flak may actually hurt interceptors and the SF if they're in such large numbers here. But I don't understand why he's not killing everything with his Strat Bomber. Well, killing power is too late because your opponent have RAS. Killing this would be insanely good. Oh, miscontrolling gunships, letting engineers to build Tech 1 IAA. Very poor decision by Koishikyo attacking your base like that. I mean, he does have advantage, but killing T2 pigeons will not help so much. You can just pause your Tech 3 air and build Tech 3 pigeons. And yeah, of course, you will get reclaim. And where is that Strat Bomber? Here it is. Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to losing 2 engineers here, so you had eco disadvantage early, and you have less mass extractors upgraded than your opponent. You barely have not enough to raid him back, and he just has small advantage, and he keeps it, and small advantage turns into a big advantage. Well, this now is just a game over, I'd say. Just look at his economy right now. It's fully going with 5 Tech 3 factories and Fat Boy, and as well as strategic bomber production. I mean, one bomb on this brick cluster, well, maybe one bomb will not pay off, but 2 bombs on this brick cluster will certainly make this bomber to pay off, damaging like 10 bricks for 2,500 HP. Oh, misorganization with this army. Artillery is now separate from the army. Well, for accuracy I don't know what to do, because you don't have enough army to attack, but I guess, yeah, you just have to defend and get eco, and you actually getting eco pretty hard here, and it's only dangerous that this will get killed by some attack. Wow, those were recently upgraded to T2. I'm not sure, but they are vulnerable to this artillery as well. Yeah, looks like a lot of Koishikyo army was in this Fat Boy. It wasn't fighting with this army for quite a long time. That's why it actually was a decent fight for accuracy here. But in the end, it's still fight on enemy side, and it's not one fight. You can't just go there and take this position for yourself to get this reclaim. I mean, I can understand that move with all those bricks moving to this 3 mechs and here and killing a lot of the Tech 2 mechs, as that was a raid. But this is kind of a fail attack. Megalith is in construction. Well, for now you do have a lot of time and a lot of eco, and maybe you will finish your megalith. And that's actually... Oh my god, I can't believe what I see. Units getting under shield of Fatboy. Oh my god, it's so close that it can't even shoot. But Fatboy will get veterancy and will regain his HP pretty quickly, and shield will regenerate. So still, only advantage that accuracy has right now is eco advantage with those greedy Tech 3 max upgrades. Oh wow, another Fatboy. It will be hard for Mega to deal with two Fatboys, especially in the choke point, because Fatboys will be kind of easy microed by just retreating, just like you were microing your hoplites. And scout support just for a little bit, and Percival's had enough vision on breaks and it's massacre. And at this point, Fatboy will definitely get veterancy. Well, it did. It would be even better for Fatboy to lose its shield now, so it will recharge quickly. Not sure if it will happen. So game does go slower from this point. But Koisky has 3 big armies from each side. Still didn't lost his shield. About to be 5-star. Tech 2 artillery will never help at this situation. You need sufficient amount of Tech 2 artillery, and Tech 2 artillery doesn't work well against Percivals. If Megalith would get all Percivals and veterancy from them, and then will catch up to Fatboys with some miracle miss micro from Koisky, then you would have a chance. But yeah, I guess main things happened early on, and there are two things. Is delay of your expansion, and second one was the moment when you had double the amount of T1 land of your opponent, but you still didn't attack. I guess it was a missed opportunity. Koisky did also miss some opportunities like that when he had double the amount of T2 land. He tried to attack, but defense was good with hoplites. Honestly, I'm not sure. What I can say about this match. I know that sending scouts here and there, it's kind of micro intensive to protect from enemy bombers like that. but I don't really know any other way unless you are doing the same as your opponent. Just also use bomber and scout and try to kill enemy engineers. Usually it actually works well for Cybran to build more factories here and spam to this position. If enemy is you going for middle, you can take away this expansion from him. Well, both players played pretty similar, but KoSQ had slight advantage whole game. And Hoplite Micro or Stealth Bricks were not enough to break UEF War Machine. Game could have ended much earlier if KoSQ would make Tech 3 Bomber faster and would actually micro it instead of patrolling over your base and not dropping any bombs for a pretty long time. And I mean, he made this bomber after making like 15 ASFs. Okay, I guess that's all I can say about this game. Not really anything more. I do have like general tips about build orders and that you should reclaim more, like those stones are not reclaimed. Oh, this is reclaimed at least. Reclaimed. You could reclaim this if you have this expansion. Well, KoSQ did reclaim here, but did reclaim on your side partially. He didn't reclaim his back stones as well. Well, he did reclaim big one here. Well, whatever. Yeah, big one, I mean this 75 one. I hope that my commentary did help a little bit. Or, I mean, at least a little bit. Thanks for watching.